So this is the iPhone 17 and this is the iPhone 13. And in this episode, we're going to do a quick speed test to see how much of advanced the iPhone 17 has become over your potential upgrade you might do here from the iPhone 13. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. And let's go ahead and begin this video with a boot up test in 3, 2, go and see which ones can get there first. Now, on the left, you are looking at the Apple iPhone 17 that does have the Apple A19 Pro chip, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and the iPhone 13 on the right does have itself the older Apple A15 Bionic, and it also does have the 4 gigabytes of RAM. So the RAM might make a difference here going forward, but the iPhone 13 did for some reason turn on faster than the iPhone 17. That was strange for some reason. Let's go ahead and get into the Face ID or biometrics testing now. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and do the biometrics test. We'll do Face ID and you can see no real substantial differences there. Even though the 13 does, this is a few years back here now. The iPhone 13 seems to unlock at about the same clip. Now, running through the software, iOS 26.0.1 has been running pretty smooth. No crazy issues or anything like that. They do have the liquid glass experience, and both of them are very smooth to operate. However, when you come over to this phone on this side, the iPhone 13 does rock the 60 Hertz panel, and that does make it feel a little bit slower to operate on the daily. Bouncing through these different menus does make it a little bit different in terms of the visual looks, but generally just scrolling through the Apple iPhone 13 presents you almost the same experience, just a little bit slower feeling because of the 60 Hertz panel. So let's go ahead now and get on to the application test. All right, so here we go. Everything is closed out for both phones. Let's begin with calendar. You can see just a little choppier on the right. We'll go in the clock, not too much different. Calculator, faster on the left. We'll go into App Store and you can see a little pop-up, but was quicker on the left. ChatGPT, quicker to pop up there on the left. And on Gemini here, you'll see also a little faster on the left. We'll go into Grok here. About the same. We were on the splash screen for the iPhone on the right. Both of them pretty much similar there as well. If we go into YouTube, that was the iPhone 13, I think because we weren't loading up content there. But as we get into free with ads, you'll see it does tend to load first there for the iPhone 17. Let's get up out of here and let's go into something else. We'll go into music here for both of them, and both of them seem to pop up things at about the same time. So content generally loads, not too much different. I will tell you one thing I am noticing that's pretty substantial. The actual screen brightness is pretty noticeably brighter on the left, also much smoother. So the screen is going to be a very big difference here between both of them. So if you have been waiting for a better screen on your iPhone 13, I think now is the time to go ahead and make that leap, because it's definitely going to be a worthy thing for you to go ahead and do. Let's go ahead and swipe up out of there. Groupon was pretty much the same. And as we get into the games, I do think we are going to see maybe a little bit more of a substantial difference. And you've seen that the iPhone 17 did turn that game on much quicker than the 13. That was pretty noticeable. And as you get into Subway Surfers, you'll see that this is faster on the left. And here comes the right for the iPhone 13. Not anything hugely different for the casual game. But as we go into Race the Sun, this might get a little bit different. Let's go ahead and see how this performs. And you've seen that the iPhone 17 was a little bit quicker. As we go into here, you'll see that it's a little bit faster. I didn't see too much of a difference actually for this casual game. And let's go ahead and launch Free Fire here. And as we launch Free Fire, you'll see that Free Fire tends to go ahead and load up first here on the left. And that is because the iPhone 17 here does have the more powerful GPU as well as CPU. That's going to be a pretty big boost when it comes to the area of gaming. Now so heading into Call of Duty here, you'll see once again, it's basically the same story. Now we logged in first on the 13 because it was the most previously logged in game, but other than that, no difference. Let's load up PUBG Mobile here. And PUBG Mobile was first again to the iPhone 17, and we'll go into Geekbench 6. Faster on the right due to optimizations. They haven't probably updated the iPhone 17 yet. And that was also faster. I didn't see that one. That one's faster on the 17 though for speed test net. And we'll wrap it up here with iMovie going first to the 17. So the 17 generally just a faster phone overall in the app test, but it was a pretty good margin as well. And heading through the RAM management, I'm just gonna play some music over this one and go through. And you see nothing really reloaded there for the iPhone 17. Let's go ahead and take a look now at the iPhone 13. And here are our final Geekbench 6 results, and you can see 2281 versus 3628 and 9080 over 5505. So huge upgrades if you go with the iPhone 17 over the 13 when it comes to benchmark performance, but also in the real world. This does make a huge difference. And if you've been holding out with the 13, this is the time to do your upgrade. And finally, we do have 26.5 FPS, 4418 versus a simple 1915 and 11.5 FPS on 3D Mark. And so you can see nearly 60% better performance here on the iPhone 17, making this a substantial upgrade in the area of graphical performance. This is your year for the iPhone 13 to upgrade to the 17. These benchmarks and real world performance has been proven it all video long. And let's wrap this video up really quickly with a quick camera test. We'll just open these up and you can see pretty much the same when opening. Once taking the photo, shutter speeds aren't substantially different, but the iPhone 17 does boot up a little bit quicker on that camera. Double the zoom as well, and you still have an ultra wide but better video and a much improved front facing camera, allowing you to go into a center stage right there. So big upgrades across the board for the 17 in the area of camera. It also takes pictures a little bit faster. It's smoother to scroll. It's faster with the apps. The iPhone 17, you probably already knew, might have won this video, but definitely by how much. And it is a huge, substantial leap forward. And some people are gonna say, my 13 is fine. Your 13 is fine, but that doesn't take away from the fact that the Sage iPhone 17 here absolutely demolished the iPhone 13. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you plan to do with the 13. Are you going to keep it? Or are you going to go ahead and upgrade this year? Or are you just going to wait it out one more year? Let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thumbs up if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already. Nick here. Be sure to be well, and peace.